All right, good day, everyone. This is Stephen Cheng coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal, and the payment information is on the bottom of the video. Of course, you can find all of this on my website as well, simhayoga.com. Today's class is Basics. It is a level 1 class. We're going to do more mobility today and work with not so much maybe yoga asanas, but more about drills and movement therapy. Okay, so sitting up tall, and let the palms face up, fingers come together, mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. As you ground evenly through your seat, allow your shoulders to broaden. And feel a sense of lengthiness through your spine. And with your lips touching, start to regulate your breath by breathing only through your nose. And let your inhales even out with your exhales. Three arms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer in front of the heart, pressing your thumbs into your heart, heart back into your thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response. Om Apavitraha, Om Apavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Sarva Vushtan, Gatopiwa, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Bihyendraha, Bihyendraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes, palms face up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Elongate through the left side of the neck. Now, keeping that side stretch, extend the left arm out to the side. Maybe your left arm is about parallel to the floor, maybe about shoulders height. Then start to descend with your left fingertips and grip your left fingertips to your floor. Crawl the left fingertips even further out as you stretch your left arm even more, and left side of the neck. Now keep your left hand as is. Gently turn the chin toward the right shoulder and again apply a little bit of pressure to the back of the head. Release, come back to center, drop the right hand, come back to center. Left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And then keeping the side stretch, extend the right arm out, maybe your right arm about parallel to the floor, and extend through the fingertips. And then gently take the right fingertips to the floor, and then crawl the right fingertips even further away from you as you get lengthier through the right side. And then gently draw the chin toward the left shoulder. And release, come back to center, dropping your left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side. roll it back, opposite side, roll center. Take a few more rounds at your own pace. And gently take the chin back to center and pause. And then take in the opposite direction. And then come back to center again. Lift the chin parallel to the floor and neutral spine. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting to either side and turning your toes toward each other. And then roll them out. Draw in. Roll out. Draw in. Take outer rotation, circling. Back to center, switch them around. Come back to center again. Cross your shins and take the opposite shin on top. Inhale, raise the arms up high, extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand to the right knee and twist. Stay twisting to the right. Raise your right arm up and over the right ear as you side bend toward your left. So your torso is lining up over your left leg. Take it back up to vertical. Wrap the right hand to your left knee. So your arms are crossed, right arm is on top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gently start to round and draw forward. So the spine can be rounded. Once you come into forward fold, let the head release. And maybe even chin toward the chest a little bit. The back of the neck elongate. Now keep that forward fold with your hands. Actively pull the kneecaps toward each other. So the tops of the knees pulling toward each other. So your arms and your shoulders are activating. You'll feel a spread to the upper and middle back here. So you're opening up the wings of your shoulders or your shoulder blades by pressing the tops of the knees toward each other and engaging the upper back and spreading the upper back. On the inhale, keeping your arms crossed, come up to eagle arms. On the inhale, lift the elbows up and gently arch back, looking upwards. Exhale, round forward. 3 times. Inhale, roll it up to vertical and maybe into a slight back bend. Exhale, round it forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Stay forward folding once again. Now, if you're less flexible, you might be hovering in space. If you have a little bit more flexibility, maybe your fingertips can touch down. Maybe even your forearms can touch down. So again, you're taking a forward fold, stretching your lower back, opening up the hips and opening up the upper back. Inhale, roll it back up to vertical, keeping your eagle arms, and then twist to the right. Press your right arm into your left. Inhale back to center, twist to your left. Press your left arm into your right. Inhale back to center. Release your arms. Reach the arms out very actively. Flip the palms to face up. Reach the arms up. And then let the palms face down as you reach your arms downwards alongside. Up and down 2 more times. Flip the palms and reach up. Flip the palms again, facing down and reach down. 1 more time. Inhale, flip the palms, reach up. Exhale, flip the palms, reach down. This time, inhale, reach up again, and then twist to your left. Left hand behind you, right hand to your left knee. Keep that twist, and then side bend over the right leg as you reach your left arm overhead. Take it back up to vertical. Wrap the left arm on top to grab the right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to round it forward. So as you draw forward, let the lower back elongate. Ground through your seat. As you draw forward, let the upper back release, maybe even chin toward the chest to let the back of the neck elongate even more. Then start to apply your arms with your hands. Pull the tops of the knees toward each other, engaging the upper back and your shoulders. But also at the same time, feel it for a spread of the upper back and the mid back. And as you continue to draw forward, it is your lower back stretch and hip opening. Then on the next inhale, come up with eagle arms. And then inhale, lift the elbows up, gaze up, arching back maybe. Exhale, round it forward. Let's take it up and down 2 more times. Inhale, roll it up and maybe even arching. Exhale, take it forward into the forward fold. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, roll it forward. Stay in that forward fold once again, either hovering in space or touch your fingertips down, maybe even your forearms. And let your shoulders spread. Inhale, start to roll back up to vertical, keeping your eagle arms, and then twist to your left. Press your left arm into your right. Inhale, take it back to center. Exhale, twist to your right. Come back to center again. As you release your eagle arms, extend the arms out and reach. Flip the palms to face up as you reach up. On the exhale, flip the palms face down as you take the arms down. 2 more times. Inhale, flipped to reach up. Exhale, flipped to reach down. Inhale, flipped to reach up. Exhale, flip to reach down. This time, inhale, reach up. And then side bend. Right hand to the floor, left arm overhead. Keep the side bend. Bend your left elbow. With your left elbow, reach toward the right knee. And then inhale, lift back up. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Inhale, lift back up. Re-extend the left arm. Reaching through your left arm, but at the same time, now let the left shoulder descend and let the left fingertips touch down toward the floor, and then the nose in toward the right knee. Then keep crawling the left fingertips further and further out and away from you. So you're getting a nice left arm stretch, shoulder stretch, upper back. Also, you're getting a lower back stretch. On the inhale, take it back to the stacking of the shoulders, side stretch, and then come all the way up. Left hand to your floor, right arm up, and then side bending to your left. Then start to bend your right elbow. The right elbow toward the left knee. Inhale, take it back up. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, take it back up. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, take it back up. Re-extend the right arm. Then let the right shoulder start to descend. Maybe right fingertips start to touch down. And then as you crawl the right fingertips out, nose in toward the left knee. Start to take it back up to the side stretch. Take it back up to vertical. Let the hands come down. Re-extend the legs. Let the legs go wide, about mat width distance, and then turn your toes in toward each other. So we're taking outer rotation with the cross-legged for a long time now, right? So that's hip opening. So now you're going into hip rotation, internal rotation. So now you're getting into the outer hips. You might even feel a little bit of cramping, right, depending on your flexibility and your hip flexors, right? And then let's roll them out once again. And then just take it back to neutral, keeping the legs in a wide position about mat width. Right hand behind you, left arm overhead. bend your left elbow. Inhale here, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist. Stay twisting to the right with your left hand. Take the outer right leg, use that resistance to give you a deeper twist. You can even adjust your right hand further back and behind you to deepen your twist. Inhale, come back to center, switching sides. Left hand behind you, right arm forward, and bend your right elbow. Inhale, draw the right elbow back. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, draw the right elbow back. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist. Stay twisting to your left. Then with the right hand to outer left leg, use that resistance to twist deeper. Maybe your left hand can readjust, go further back, and go even deeper in your twist. Inhale, square back to center. Raise the arms up. Exhale, take it forward into a forward fold. The hands go to the inside of the heels or the inside of the leg. Lengthen and fold. Inhale, release, take it back up. Take the legs a little bit wider. With your hands behind you, either side of you, you're going to rotate your fingertips outwardly, and then you're going to take the shoulders, the front of the shoulders, to draw up, lift the sternum up, gently lift the gaze, and maybe even a slight arching of the upper back, and then actively draw the shoulders to open, kiss your shoulder blades together so that you're broadening your collarbones, your upper pectorals, and the front of the shoulders. Your upper back should be engaging, kissing toward each other. So there's a back bend here, an arching of the upper spine, gently looking up. And then release, come back to neutral. Take your hands. I'll turn around this time so you can see. Take the thumbs to the occipital ridge, which is the ridge of the skull. Then you're going to interlace your fingers, and that will help you raise your elbows so you can widen your elbows. Right? So you're going to take your thumbs to the occipital ridge and pull upwards to lengthen the back of the neck. So you should feel a lifting of the upper spine. And then on the exhale, release that, draw the elbows toward each other, and then elbows point toward the floor as you round just your mid and upper back. So now you're stretching the back of the neck. Release. You're going to move your hands further down with your hands, this time interlaced to the back of the neck. Elbows out. You're going to lift the gaze upwards as you pull the hands upwards. So this time, it's your palms that are supporting the back of the neck and the occipital ridge as you lengthen and arch. Keep the elbows drawing outwardly. Keep the chest broadening, the upper back broadening. Come back to neutral. Draw the elbows forward. This time, as you round the mid and upper back, elbows toward the floor, you're going to lower down a little bit more. So now this time, it is more like your mid back and your upper back is getting a nice rounding. So it's a little bit deeper in the roundedness and the forward fold. Inhale, come back up, releasing your hands. Again, turn your fingertips behind you, this time slightly further back behind you. You're going to lift the heart center, broaden your shoulders, lift the gaze gently upwards, and you're going to lean back a little bit. All right, come back up to vertical. You're going to Walk your hands to frame your left leg. Keep the feet flexing so your legs are engaged. Now, with a neutral, lengthy spine, you're going to start to lean forward over the left leg. Ah, thank you for adjusting your camera for me so I can see you better. All right, so you want to keep the spine neutral instead of rounded, because in a neutral spine, you're going to get a lot more active stretch out of this. Now, if you have a little bit more in you, maybe you can lean forward a little bit more with your right hand. Grab the foot, and then maybe using that assist to get you deeper into the fold. So use your right hand to your left foot, Stephanie. Yes. And start to release. Make your way back up. Walk your hands to the other side. So frame your right leg with your hands first, either side. Lengthen your spine, and think about keeping that neutral spine by hinging at the hips to take it forward. Now, you don't have to go that deeply forward just yet, right? So you're just warming up and adjusting the muscles, right? Now, if you have a little bit more in you, left hand to grab the right foot, maybe go deeper. And start to make your way back. All right, so this time, left hand behind you, right arm forward. We're going to take those twists again. Bend your right elbow. Inhale, draw the right elbow back. Exhale, twist your left. Inhale, draw the right elbow back. Exhale, twist your left. Inhale, draw the right elbow back. Exhale, twist, stay twisting. And again, use your right hand to outer left leg for resistance. Maybe adjusting your left hand further back and twist deeper. Release, just take it to the other side. Right hand to your floor, left arm forward, bend your left elbow. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist right. Stay twisting to the right. And then using your left hand to outer right leg for resistance, adjusting your right hand even further back, and go deeper into your twist. Square back to center. Draw the left leg back into about mat's width distance to the outer left corner of the mat. Draw the right heel back behind you. Now, try to get your legs to 90 degrees. If you cannot get your legs to 90 degrees, less than 90 is okay. Right? If it's really tough for you, if you have a block, you can elevate and sit up on a block, right? So if sitting down is really tough for your right hip, you might want to elevate. Good. All right, we're going to forward fold over that left leg again. Left hand to the floor, right arm up, and fold. So grabbing the foot, ankles or your shins, anywhere you can hold on to. All right, so you don't have to go that deep. I just want you to feel some stretch. Take it up, and we're going to take it into side stretch. So you're going to rotate to the right, using your left hand to the floor to inside the left leg, and you might want to even press the side of the hand into the inner left leg. So with that resistance, you can draw the right shoulder back so you can stack. Raise your right arm overhead, and then side bend to your left. Now, here is another place. If you have a blanket plus a block, you can use a block to your arm, and then with the block, maybe you can just lean into it and then reach your right arm overhead. So those are options. And begin to take it back up. Keep the legs as they are and just gentle counter twist to your left. Release, square back to center. Carry the right leg forward, reaching the heel to the right corner of the mat. Draw the left heel back, and again, same setup, right? Either get to 90 degrees if you can, less than 90. If you need to elevate, you can sit up on a block or a blanket. Now, if you feel like you also need the block to your forearm for the side stretch, you might want to take the blanket underneath you and leave the block available for your arm if you want to try that. Okay, so forward folding first. Right hand to your floor, left arm up, and gently reach forward to fold. So again, you don't have to go too deep. I just want you to feel for the back of the legs, the hips, and the lower back a little bit. Start to release, come back up. We're going to take the side bend, rotating to your left. Take the right arm to the inside of the right leg. You can press the top of the hand to the inside of the leg, or you can take the hand to the floor and press the side of the hand to the leg. And then raise your left arm up, and then start to side bend over to the right. And again, those of you who need the extra prop work, perhaps if you have a second block or you have one block and you're sitting on a blanket, you can prop up your arm to a block. And so then that way it's helping you support your torso, which is a little higher for the side stretch. And start to release, come back up, counter twist to the right. Take it back to center. If you're sitting on anything, come off the blocks or your blankets, soles of feet together, knees apart. Draw the heels in, grabbing the ankles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Now, if you can press your elbows to your inner thighs, that might help you get even more hip rotation, openness into your hips. Start to release. Step the feet forward. Again, about mat width distance, supporting with your hands. And let's just windshield wipe with your knees, side to side. This will help you to neutralize your hips and your lower back. Right, so we just took a lot of forward folding and side stretching, right? So now let's take that into back bending. So you're going to swing the legs back behind you, crawl the hands forward, and lower onto your belly. Let's take Sphinx Pose. Walk your hands forward so that your shoulders line up with your elbows. Grab opposite elbows, and that will give you shoulders width, arms forward. And then you're going to press your belly and your lower ribs down. And that should right now feel really good for your lower back. You might feel like a nice release, right? And then press your forearms down, lift your chest. The gaze is slightly forward toward the floor. Now, as we take the next, 10 breaths or so, I want you to think about reaching your toes back and activating your legs. But at the same time, press your belly and your lower ribs toward the floor. With that, release your lower back, maybe even release your glutes. Right? When we extend the legs, you might actually kind of tighten your glutes. I want you to think about just releasing them. So the legs, hoping to work independently from your glutes, and that will also then not interfere with your release of the lower back. All right, let's go into child's pose. So draw the elbows outwardly so you can lower your chest. Walk your hands back and gently take it back to child's pose. All right, keeping your hands as they are, keeping your knees as they are. Inhale, lift up. Gently lean it forward into a very easy cobra. It doesn't have to be too deep. I just want to go forward and back a few times, giving you some mobility to your lower back. And then lift the seat back up and gently take it back to child's pose. We'll take that 2 more times. Inhale, lift, draw forward, let the hips gently release down as you take into an upper back bend. And then gently press into your hands, lift the hips, and take it back. 1 more time. Inhale forward. Let the hips release, take into the upper back bend. Exhale, gently take it back to child's pose. Now this time when we come forward, we're going to take it into half frog. So as you lift back up, you're going to pick up your right knee, lean it forward, and lower the hips. Now, you want the right knee and the right hip to basically line up along the same lateral line, and then the right leg, the shins, to be vertical. So you want a 90-degree angle with your legs. Then walk your hands forward and lower back into your forearms, coming into the shape of Sphinx, but you're adding the frog leg. And this will give you a nice right hip opener. Right? So once you settle into the pose, again, reach through your left toes back. Press your upper thighs, your hips, and your lower belly toward the floor. Press your forearms down to lift your chest. And then now activate your right foot by flexing and pressing your inner right knee, right thigh toward the floor. Now, take your left hand, turn it in. Walk your right hand back. Take your left arm to parallel the front of the mat, so laterally across the mat. You're going to roll on to the outer left side, outer left hip, outer left leg, supporting with your right hand. All right, so pick up the right foot, flex your right foot. Then you're going to bend your right knee, draw the right knee forward, draw the right knee back. Draw the right knee forward, draw the right knee back, draw the right knee forward, draw the right knee back. This time we're going to try to draw semicircles. Draw the right knee forward, lift up, and draw back. Draw the right knee forward, lift up, draw back. Draw the right knee forward, lift up, draw back, and then step the right foot back behind you and let the right knee roll upwards toward the sky, and then also let the hips roll open. And keep rolling the right knee away from you. Good. Keep supporting with your left forearm and the right hand. And then roll the right knee forward. Roll the right knee to open. Roll the right knee forward. Roll the right knee to open. One more time. Roll the right knee forward. Roll the right knee to open. Roll it back to center. Square back. And then let's take child's pose once again. And take it back up. As you come forward, you're going to take the frog leg to the left side and then lower the hips toward the floor. Make sure you check that the left knee lines up with the left hip laterally and the left shin vertically. Flex your left foot. And then reset your Sphinx pose, supporting with your forearms. And then gently pressing your belly and your lower ribs toward the floor. And that's a really nice release to your lower back. Actively point your right toes, reaching back. But at the same time, try to release the clenching of your glutes so that the lower back can release. Then also isolating the flexing of the left foot and the inner left knee, left thigh, pressing toward the floor. Again, try not to use your glutes too much. And then can you release your lower back even more? All right, so you're going to take the right arm, start to turn it in a little bit, pick up the left. Then once you clear the space with your left arm, turn the right arm so that it's parallel to the front of the mat, and then start to roll on to the side of the right leg, supporting with the left hand. All right, then pick up the left foot, flex your left foot. Bend your left knee and left knee forward, left knee back. Left knee forward, left knee back. Left knee forward, left knee back. So now we're going to take semicircles. Left knee forward, up and back. Left knee forward, up and back. Left knee forward, up and back. Stay back and step the left foot down to the floor. And then actively open up the left knee to the side or behind you. Good. And then let's close off the left knee and then open up the left knee. Close off your left knee. Open up the left knee. Close and open. Square it back to center. Make your way back, child's pose. And make your way up to hands and knees. And then step the right foot forward for crescent moon. Take extra padding to your left knee if you need it. Take the hands to top of the thighs and lunge forward. Good. So let's just stay supported today so that we can just work on the concentration of the hips moving forward. And let the left hand come to the floor. Turn the right toes out, right thigh out. With your right hand, gently press your right thigh away from you so that you're getting a nice stretch to your inner right thigh, inner right hip joint. And then you can manage it, and you can do it very mindfully. You can even rock your hips left and right, left and right. So very mindfully, being very specific on getting the movement productively into the hips. Right? Try not to get it into the knee joints. Right? Try to go into the hips. All right, and then let's go into lizard. Walk your hands forward. Lower your forearms down if you can. If you cannot, you can take your blocks, right, as well if you want. Or if you don't have blocks at home, you can always just keep your arms fully extended, and the action of the hips are moving forwards and downwards, and that could be a hip opening. So if your hips are quite tight, you might not be able to get the forearms down. And again, same thing here. If you can manage to be very mindful about your movement, you can rock side to side a little bit to get into the different parts of your hips. Now, if you feel it in your knees, right, too much, then I would say try not to do it then. Just stay put and in a still position and just lean the hips forward. But if you have enough flexibility and you're mindful enough to move side to side without feeling into your knees, then go ahead and you can rock side to side and feel the hip joints differently. Right, or another way of approaching this is to just think minute movements to the right will get deeper into the hips. Minute movements to your left will get to the outer hips. So it's the inner hips or the outer hips. Inner hips to the right, outer hips to your left. Alrighty, let's start to break. Lift back up, walk it back in. Tuck the back toes under. Turn the right toes back forward. Half split. Frame your right foot with your hands. Shift your hips over your left knee. Flex your right foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now, if hands to either side is too deep for you and you have a block, hands to the block, and just lean forward the best of your abilities. All right, so you do want to try to lengthen out the right leg the best you can. All right, let's rotate it. Step the right foot back down. Frame your right foot with your hands. Lift the left knee. Let's rotate. Left hand to the floor, right arm up to twist. Let's take the half bind, right hand behind you, and stack even more. So the front of the right shoulder draws up and back to deepen the rotation, also stretch the front of the right shoulder. Deepen up the rotation also might also get isolated into your lower back. Release your right hand back down, pyramid. Lengthen your right leg. So if your legs are really wide, you might want to step them in a little bit. Also, if you have your block, you can take one block to the inside of the right foot or two blocks to either side of the foot. So going into your right hamstring stretch. And again, do the best you can to lengthen out that right leg. Bend the right knee, ground the palms, step the right foot back, down dog, and walk it out side to side. All right, when you're ready, second side. Step the left foot forward for crescent moon, right knee comes down. Walk your hands to top of the thighs, and then lunge forward for that hip opener, quad stretch. Then, release your right hand down to the floor. Turn the left toes out 30 degrees or so. And then gently press your left hand to your inner left thigh and go into the inner left thigh stretch into your inner left hip stretch. And once again, if you have some gentle movements side to side, maybe get different parts of the hip joints. All right, let's come back to stillness. And then you're going to walk your hands forward for lizard. And again, once you get to lizard, you can gently rock it out side to side to get different parts of the hips. And again, those of you at home, you can always do forearms to blocks. If you have blocks, if you can't reach down, or if you don't have any props, you can just keep your hands and your arms fully extended, but you can just lean the hips forwards and downwards. And if you have a little bit more, you can start to soften the elbows, right? And take it as far down as you can. Alrighty, let's take into your half split. Lift the elbows back up. Walk your hands back in. Turning the left toes back forward. Frame your foot. Tuck the back toes under and start to shift back. You want to line up the right hip with the right knee. Flex your left foot to stretch your left hamstrings, using your blocks if you need. Now, when I take stretches like these, right, I like to keep the energy lines really active. So rather than folding forward and disengaging my upper back and my spine and just kind of fold over very relaxed like this, I prefer to press my fingertips down, lift the upper back, point the crown of the head forwards. The line of energy through my spine is very active. That will also help me to engage the back of my leg a little bit more so I can get more stretch, and also my glutes. And my arms, of course, at work because I'm supporting and pushing downwards to lift my chest so that the energy lines are very active. Right? So when I take stretches, I prefer to do it this way. All right, let's start to step the left foot back down. Frame your left foot with your hands. Tuck the right toes, and we'll take a twist. Right hand stays down. Left arm up to twist. Left hand behind you, half bind, and twist even deeper. Release your left hand back down and lengthen over your left leg. Make any adjustments that you need. You might need to walk your feet in closer. You might use your hands to block. Right, so the same as my half split there, right? I'm using my legs very actively, fully extended. I'm pressing my fingertips down so that I can lift my upper back and lifting the head to reach the crown of the head forward. So my pyramid pose is very active in lifting and lengthening. And of course, it is possible to just release forward with your spine. All right, so again, my own preferences. I like activity in my stretches. Alrighty, bend the left knee, step the left foot back plank, inhale one breath, exhale chaturanga, inhale up dog, exhale down dog. Take the knees down, extra padding if you need, so if you have blankets, take it, or if you don't, you can just fold your mat, front folding towards center, you've tripled up your mat. All right, and you should have 1 fist distance between your knees. Let's take camel pose. I like to tuck the toes under for additional support with your hands to your lower back. Your palms are pressing up against your lower back, your fingers rounding the top of the glutes. Draw the elbows toward each other, which broadens chest. Lean the hips forward, which activates your quads, but also with the hips leaning forward, you can lean the upper torso back as a counterbalance. So this is the beginning of your back bend. This is a supportive back bend in camel pose. Of course, if you have more back bending abilities and you can reach for your heels with your hands, you can take it. And then to deepen the pose, you want to move the hips forward as you broaden your chest. If you can drop the head back, take it. If the neck is kind of tight and dropping your head back is not comfortable, keep the gaze looking forward instead. Start to make your way back up. Untuck the toes and just take the seat toward the heels. And then resting there for a few breaths. And this will help you stretch your quads, your knees, your shins, and the tops of the feet. And let's make your way back to down dog. Pigeon pose, left leg up. Draw the left knee in, land that shin to the floor. Inch your right knee further back. Elongate through the spine. Once you're nice and long and your hips are level and you're ready to make your way forward, go ahead. Now let's just breathe into this pigeon pose passively. So allow the hips to be heavy through breath and gravity. Just releasing in a very passive position. So initially, you're going to feel the stretch to your outer left hip, inner left hip, the knees and the shin. I'm going to add on a little bit of activity. So keep your forearms on the floor and lift the upper back a little bit so you're nice and lifted here. Tuck the right toes under and lift the right knee. So now you're getting more activity into your right hip as well, whereas before, when you disengage like this, it's all on your left side. So now you're adding the right hip work as well. Now, if you want to rock forward and reach back. So this action of leaning forward and back will go into the hips. And again, just like when we did crescent moon and we went side to side, it's the same thing here, except you're going forward and back. So sometimes by taking the poses and moving them around a little bit, you get different parts, right? So the next time you move back, keep the heels moving back and stay there. Press into your forearms very actively, so traction into the forearms so that you can lean the weight back a little bit more. Right? It's a very different pigeon here. And go ahead and release. Lift the elbows up, walk the hands back in, take the left seat down and swing the right leg around and center your seat. Okay, I'll face you this time. Then you're going to take the hands, palms facing up, support the right foot from the outer right ankle and flex your right foot. Try to sit up tall the best you can. You're going to first lift the heel as high as you can and hold it there. Then reach your right heel further forward to prepare, and then bend your right knee and draw the right knee further back behind you. So now, again, you're going into the hip joint. Cross it over to your left. Square back to center. Lift. Reach forward. Draw the right knee further back and hold. Cross it over to your left. Square back to center. Lift. Reach forward and draw the right knee back one last time. Release, cross it over, leg cradle. If you can, draw the arms underneath your right shin. Make sure you flex your right foot. There you go. Good. And you can go side to side again. And start to release. Extend the right leg forward. Extend the left leg forward. Separate your feet about mat's width, and then turn your toes inwards. Release, turn the toes outwards. And then draw the right heel in. Sorry, we have to come back to pigeon. Sorry. Draw the left heel in. Swing the right leg back. Walk it back to down dog. We'll take it to the other side first before we come back forward into the seated position for your leg cradles. All right, second side, come back to stillness. Right leg up. Draw the right knee in. Land that shin to the floor. Adjust your positioning so the right knee, right thigh angles out to side a little bit. Inch your left knee further back to lower your hips. Walk your hands in, elongate, make sure you're nice and level, and then now you're ready to take it forward. All right, so I always recommend to take that extra few breaths to set everything up, make sure you're nicely aligned and fully supported before you make your way forward. All right, so pigeon can sometimes get very sloppy if you don't put the legs in the right position to really support the body. So now we're just very passively sinking into the pose, letting breath and gravity do the hip opening on the right side for us. There's very little activity on the left side. All right, let's get that left side a little bit of work. So tuck the left toes under and lift the left knee. And just hold it here for a breath or two. So now the left quads, left hip is getting a little bit of work. And then when you're ready, you can rock forward and back a bunch of times, feeling for different areas along the hip joints on the left side and the right side. And again, make sure this is not going into your knees, right? If this is going into your knees, then this is a little bit too rigorous, right? All right, so the next time you reach back through the heel, just actively reach back and hold it there. You can press your forearms firmly to the floor to traction so that you can reach back and get very active into the hips. And then go ahead, release your left knee. And then lift back up, walk your hands back in, take the right seat down, extend the left leg forward. Right, so the right heel stays in, and then with your palms facing up, support the left foot. Flex your left foot strongly and just take it into an upright position, sitting up tall. And then start to lift the heel as high as you can. Then draw the left knee back. Cross it over to your left. Take it back to center. Lift. Sorry, I forgot to reach forward. Reach forward. Draw back. Cross over to the right. Center. Lift. Forward. Draw back. Crossover. Center. Draw forward. Lift and draw forward. Draw back. Crossover again. And then leg cradle this time. Make sure you flex your left foot. Good. And begin to release. Swing the left leg all the way back. Make your way through pigeon to your down dog. And then let's come forward into a tuck toe up dog. Feel like we really need it. a back bend here to neutralize before we come back to a reclining position. And then take it back to down dog. Walk it forward. Take the seat down and start to lower onto your back. Recline twisting. Take the left knee in. Left arm out to a T. And twist to the right. Take it back to center, switch legs, switch arms, and twist to the other direction. Back to center again. Hug both knees in. And then step the feet to the floor, slide the legs forward, Shavasana. Final relaxation. Let the feet separate, toes are turned out, arms alongside the body, palms face up, and let everything release onto the floor. Start to draw the breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions. Rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-leg position. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep. Let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in the practice. Inhale, come up. Namaste. Thank you, Stephanie, for being here today. And thank you for joining me for practice. Again, my name is Stephen Cheng, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. And you can register through ubindi.com. You can find this information on my website, simhayoga.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal, and the payment information is on the bottom of the video. Please visit my website again, simhayoga.com. See you next time. Be well.